Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. This is another edition of Politics on the Street. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. You can like our videos, share, comment, discuss for more political updates and discourse. Yesterday, U.S. government has accused the Nigerian government, the Tinubu-led administration, of violating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rights. They said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rights has been violated. So I believe you have to be, sir.
Violated more than 100 times. Violation of Nnamdi Kanu's right, violation of Biafra's right, violation of the right of Biafra, violation of the General Convention that guarantee self-determination, violation of the right of Biafrans to speak and defend themselves, violation as a result of the gang up by the jihadists who are politicians in Nigeria, violation by the system that be compromise, gang up against the Biafrans, especially the Igbo Biafrans. That's the topic we're going to talk about today. And let me just give you a brief insight on how the federal government of Nigeria have been violating the rights of Biafrans, have been violating the right for agitation, they have been violating and killing using different machineries coming in from different Arab world and Arab states, countries in Africa. For instance, let me give you an insight about the recent development of what happened in Enugu State. Thousands of gunmen suspected to be Fulani herdsmen invaded Enugu State about 2 days ago and wiped away the entire community. What did the federal government do? They did virtually nothing. Up to today, there has been a clamor for federal government to tag Mighty Allah as a terrorist organization. It has never been done. But if it were another tribe, we would have seen the level of seriousness that the federal government would have brought to the issue of continuous killing and conquest by the advancing jihadists. Go and ask any jihadist, Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, Asarudin, let them, ISIS, Hamas, anywhere, their affiliates, the target of all of them is Nigeria. And the problem they are having, they are seen as a stumbling block, to checkmate the advancing conquest has been Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu relatively might not be those, it's not been kidnapped for the reasons of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention illegally because of the Islamic Caliphate in Nigeria that sees him as a threat to their advancing conquest. And secondly, when we are having somebody of southern extraction as president, talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, up to this moment, it can come up because they're Muslim. Tinubu is also a Muslim. The vice president of the country is also a Muslim, who is being believed to have been one of the pioneers of what is happening in Nigeria today when we talk about insecurity. Because during his days, he was governor of Borno State when the issue of Boko Haram escalated. But sir, now that the US government has come out, to make this kind of statement, we are expecting a kind of sanction on the federal government for continuous violation of Nnamdi Kanu's rights. The extradition of Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government under Buhari, and of course the continued detention by the present administration led by Tinubu, need serious sanction from the United States of America.
Okay, sir. Now, why has the US government waited so long for them to review or for them to have come out to have said this now. Why don't you think they will have this has been said a long time ago? Or you think there is no time for this revelation to have been said
Well,
by the US government?
my brother, if you are very conversant with the way United Nations, United States of America does their things, there's always high level of diplomacy. There's always high level of assessment. There's always high level of consultation. There's always high level of proof. This is not the first time the EU president, the United Nations, several institutions of the world have made references to what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu on several occasions. So United States of America always takes their time. And when they come out with a kind of report of this nature, they stand by it, they stand to defend it, they stand in all ramifications to prove that this report can be verified. And once it's verified, they are ready to defend it at any length. You can see the kind of report they came up with, in regard to 2023 presidential election. There's no other tribe that was mentioned in that report except Igbo. They check the report very well. Only Igbos were mentioned in that report. And they also told us that the violation is a result of anti-Semitic sentiment against the Igbos. That is why Igbos were not allowed to vote, and this has continuously, been part of the system of the federal government to the extent that we are seeing it becoming reality in our very own eyes. So US always take their time to come up with something, and when they come up with something, they stand by it. That's what I'm telling you. That from that report, you're able to understand the position of the United States of America, the position of the government of the United States of America. They knew actually, in truth, that Nnamdi Kanu did not violate any existing international law. Nnamdi Kanu did not violate any domestic law. Nnamdi Kanu did not bear arms. Nnamdi Kanu only wants freedom, which is part of the international convention entered by so many countries, especially the G5.
Okay, sir. By this revelation from the US, Nnamdi Kanu right is being violated. Now, do you think that's it? That might also make the US government cut ties with the Nigerian government, and that's it. Do you think there's a light behind the tunnel for this? Because for US government to have come up only to say agitators are free to agitate. So what is the take on that, sir?
Yes, it's going to bring a lot of it's going to bring a lot of pressure on the side of the government. The federal government is already wearing a burden of Nnamdi Kanu on their neck. As it stands now, it has become very clear. Even the consciousness of those judges, that has been manipulating the court, those jihadist politicians in Nigeria that have been manipulating the court, those people who does not want to see Igbo man become president of the country, those elements who does not pretend to mean well for Nigeria, including Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is also a Muslim. He is also in that radar. He pretends a lot. It is very clear now that we know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not have any atom of love for Igbos. And we know. Why is he ordering for the trial of Nnamdi Kanu? That is what everybody is talking about. It tells you now that there's a moral burden on the side of the federal government, and possibly, if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, of course the world is going to take side. That's what it means. And it is high time, that they set him free. We don't need all these stupid court processes that cannot be properly defined.
But sir, let me ask you, the judge handling Nnamdi Kanu's case, Justice Bita Yaku, she has granted Nnamdi Kanu bail. Now, do you think there's pressure from the hierarchy, those in government, not for Nnamdi Kanu to be set free. And then again, Kanu has also requested to be transferred from the DSS facility to the Kuje prison. So no, and then see, the other thing I see, these are some of the violations highlighted in in the report by the US government.
Okay, of course, that has been brought to the limelight of the judge, and there was a special report, that the judge asked the IPOB lawyers to tender in the court, and that will determine the next line of action, the next court hearing. We are going to see either they argue on whether he should be removed from JSS custody to prison, or he should be granted bail automatically. It's just a normal thing, He has gone through that process again up to the appeal court, and it is being believed that appeal court, to that extent, granted him bail before the federal government said, that he's going to face another reply. Nnamdi Kanu is not afraid of it, but why keeping him in a confinement to the extent, he has developed what they call congestive cancer. Because of being confined in the, they should take it. What is wrong with taking Nnamdi Kanu to prison? Is there anything wrong with that? Why keeping them? You know that everything about him staying in JSS custody is suspicious, very, very suspicious. And thank God that the whole world is getting to understand, that the federal government actually have ulterior motive against Nnamdi Kanu. In the next few months, like I always say this, we are expecting them to come to work out from that custody in the next few months. 2-3 months from now, we are expecting that he'll be set free, because it's not going to be funny. The US government has taken decision on that ground. They have won. They have won the federal government on Nnamdi Kanu's life. It's a very clear thing, and of course, with what is happening around the world, and of course, with what we have seen so far within the West Africa, and the possible gang up and the jihadist movement that is coming, making reference to what happened in Yemen recently. Of course, there will be no two ways about it than, of course, everybody is going to take up arms against whoever that does not want Biafra to stand.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos for more political discourse. Thank you.